here, very well known for his witty humor, as we have heard. He's super athletic. He does some amazing things, goes to the gym, which is more than I do, for sure. He has a welcoming energy to everybody who comes into the space. He can talk to anybody, make them feel like they're his friend. And he also has this amazing ability of finding that one thing that really just gets under your skin and just pushing that button. Josh over here, he's well known for his many types of Rubik's Cubes. For real, if you pick up his backpack, there's like 17 different ones in there. It's either ramen or a Rubik's Cube. He is known for his puzzle solving skills as well, super smart. He always brings a new one to school. I try to figure it out, cannot do it. He's also well known for his movie knowledge and disliking every movie that I love. But both of these learners are great representations of what it means to be a learner at Embark, because they both can be their true selves. When there's many competing personalities in the room, they're able to just stand out and be whoever they want to be. So I'm excited to have them share a little bit more about their journey here at Embark. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to start with the first question for Keller, and I want you to tell us a little bit about what your favorite LE has been from the past 3 years.
I really like the Plants of Pinwheel project. That was a project where we had to plant plants that grew in pinwheel. That were in like ingredients in pinwheel and stuff. And we grew a habanero pepper and a yum berry. And the habanero pepper, it worked pretty well, but the yum berry, we just had a pot of dirt with the seed in it.
It did not grow at all.
No.
It was supposed to be a tree.
Yeah.
That's okay. What in pinwheel contained a yum berry that's what you're trying to grow with?
I think like a canned drink, like the yerba mate or something.
And then the habanero peppers and the burritos, right?
Yeah.
Very delicious burritos, bonfire burritos. Yeah, I love that for you. What about that LE made such an impact on you?
It was with Jeremy, and it was really fun because he was able to teach us a lot about plants, but in a really fun way.
That's true. And maybe you had a podcast that went along with your plans? You gave a tour. I was on site.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember. Josh, I have a similar question for you. What is your favorite LE from the past 3 years?
One of them, but the one would be sharing our stories.
Sharing our stories from last year. What about that LE was so impactful for you?
We made a short film.
And what was your short film about?
The temperature checks at Embark.
Yes, we last year got to have a culminating event where we viewed Josh and his group's short film and made everybody cry, including his mom, who is probably crying right now, honestly. Anyway, Josh, can you tell us a little bit about why your group was so successful in making that short film?
Well, I don't know. I was very scared because it was all 6th graders in my group, and I was like, 6th graders are scared. But actually, it was a very great group, and they all were very good at what they did. And so, good job, group.
They did a great job at collaborating. Lockhart was part of it. He was the main star. It was an amazing short film, and if you ever get the chance to see it, it's definitely worth the watch. Keller, my next question for you is can you tell me a time where you had a work dynamic that maybe didn't work out too well, and how do you reflect back on that today?
The Free Little Library project, where we had to build free little libraries, and I wasn't really doing anything, and my group was getting pretty frustrated with me, and that wasn't great for obvious reasons.
What happened to your free little library?
It was pretty bad.
And it probably was recycled, right?
Yeah, it was recycled, and I learned from that if your entire group doesn't help you, even if your group without you is capable of doing it, they're not gonna want to do it because you're not doing anything. So everyone just has to participate for a good group dynamic.
For sure, it's a great baseline to have everybody at least try and do something, even if it's not the best all the time. Well, I'm glad you can reflect back and have that point of view when it comes to your free little library. We actually have a couple free little libraries. I'm sure you've seen them out in front of Formally Framework, and there's one outside of Pinwheel as well, so you can check out some of the learners' free little libraries there. Josh, can you tell me a little bit about how you were in 6th grade and maybe how you have changed to now.
Well, in sixth grade, I was a very bad collaborator. Yeah.
What made your collaboration skills kind of poor at the time?
I did not like to work with other people, and I did not listen to them.
You didn't take their ideas into account?
No.
I see. And how would you describe your collaboration skills now as an 8th grader?
I still don't take other people's ideas.
That's actually...
But it's like with the Crankies, that little discovery day we did, it was like I wanted to do
You wanted to include all of your favorite movies, right?
Yeah.
And what did you do instead of including all of your favorite movies?
I included my other group members' favorite movies.
Exactly, which probably meant that you guys had a better time collaborating on your cranky.
Sure.
Yeah. How do you think your cranky turned out overall for your group?
It was something.
It was definitely something. If you don't know what a cranky is, find Jimmy after the show. He'll give you a rundown. They're very cool, very weird.
Hey, Aaron, you're like plugging everything you said.
Listen, I gotta let the people know what they can interact with. Keller, can you tell me about an Embark adult that you've grown really close to, and what about them has you feeling sentimental in that way?
Brian, because he was my advisor in 6th grade, and that was the year where I was pretty bad at a lot of stuff, or like collaboration and things like that. And like a lot of the times, in like we would have these like advisory conferences where it's just like a one-on-one with me and him, and we would just talk together. And he's like, and he'd be like, Keller, what's going on? And he's like, and I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, how are you doing? And we would just like go on like that. And he would just like help me with like things like collaboration, for example. Like I was in a bad group, or I was doing bad in a group. In 6th grade, and he just like helped me like figure out just like how to manage this and like what I was doing wrong, because like that's all I could control was like what I was doing, and he just like helped me like a lot with just like how I was doing at Embark and with just like collaborating and stuff.
That's true. And this past year, you got to work with Brian as a leader, an 8th grade leader, and an LE. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I was doing this like coffee roasting project where we roasted coffee, and Brian put me in charge of leading it, and like leading a group. And I wasn't doing that well at first because like I never really led a group before. But as I was going through, I kind of learned that like every group like needs to be like led a different way. So like one group might just like need some instructions, and then we can just like start going. Another might need like more like specific set instructions to go. But yeah, I learned a lot from that.
Yeah, so you're able to learn what the needs of different people and how to help manage them, right?
Yeah.
That's super cool. Josh, I'm curious too, what Embark adult have you grown close to, and what about them makes you feel special?
One of them.
There's at least 2 of them.
Aaron and Carissa.
What about Carissa? Because I don't like to talk about myself. Could you share with us in the audience that she does well?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Carissa can help me with like a lot of things, like my cards and like a bunch of other random things, except some things. And then Chris always can just find a way to make me like laugh or smile, no matter what or where or when or how, I guess. And then advisory has been like, I'm so glad I was in Chris's advisory for all 3 years, because some of like Chris's energy has like influenced me and my energy, and like I guess I'm more of an upbeat person or something like that. And then Carissa is just also like just a great educator, because yeah.
This is true. Carissa is a great educator. Thank you for sharing, Josh.
Josh, what about Aaron?
Oh no.
Yes, Brian, thank you. Okay. I mean, I don't know. There's some great things about him. Like when he used to do Friday Flex Times, and I would beat him in golf.
Yeah, we play this card game called golf. If you haven't ever played, it's really fun.
And also, I mean, the one questionable thing about Aaron is his movie choices, but other than that, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, Josh hates sci-fi, which I think is a crazy genre to hate. Anyway, next question. Keller, what specific Embark support do we do that has made a really big impact on you?
Having like someone to like talk to or someone to talk to was really helpful because like I had mentioned, like Brian did a really good job at this, and it just like helps me process what I'm doing and just like how I can get better at things.
That's true, and you were able to talk to Brian basically whenever you wanted.
Yeah.
It felt like, yeah, a really cool thing that we get to do. Josh, what is one specific Embark support that has made a positive impact on you?
I'm thinking of this one. I can take a break when I need to take a break.
That's true. And what are some of the ways that we get to take a break at Embark?
Like when I go on the box with like Krista or Brian or something like that. And then like when I just can sit down and do time solves for a while.
The other thing you mentioned was beating Brian in the board game.
Oh yeah, that like beating Brian in the board game. That's a great break. How many times have you beat me, Brian?
Thank you for sharing. I have one last question for folks on the stage. I'm curious, what piece of advice would you give to an incoming Embark learner or even a current Embark learner?
Do a shop shift because you might get a free drink. Also, Pinwheel, like no other school has, and you'll only be here for like 3 years. So you should like use this time like well with Pinwheel because you're not gonna have it in any other school.
That's very true. Pinwheel is super, super unique.
And you're done.
Okay, one more. We're ending right now.
Yeah, man.
Last question for Josh. What is a piece of advice that you would share with an incoming Embark learner?
Enjoy your time at work because it doesn't last forever.
That's true. Well, thank y'all. I have a certificate for you. You have completed 8th grade.